Dear students, this is 11th zoology video class, chapter 4, part 4. Chapter 4, part 4, organ and organ systems in animals. Last video class, we have seen digestive system of earthworm, and we have seen how earthworms uses its hydrostatic skeleton to crawl. We have seen. Then next topic we have seen respiratory system in earthworm. The next topic we are going to see is the one circulatory system. The next topic we are going to see is the one circulatory system. Here, what are the use of the circulatory system? Which parts are used for that one? In our human body, heart and blood vessels all are used for circulatory system. Here we'll see what are the parts are present in the circulatory system. Lambito Maruti exhibits a closed type of blood vascular system. So Lambito Maruti exhibits a closed type of blood vascular system consisting of blood vessels, capillaries and lateral hearts. So here in this earthworm, the blood vessels are there, capillaries are there, lateral hearts are present. I'll show you the diagram of circulatory system of Lambito Maruti here. So this is what the diagram of the circulatory system. I'll tell you the parts present in this system. The circulatory system, mouth are there, then dorsal blood vessels are there, ventral blood vessels are there, then lateral hearts are there. The main important organs are used for the circulatory system is the one dorsal blood vessels, ventral blood vessels, lateral hearts. We'll see how these organs are involved in the circulatory system of the Lambito Maruti. Here, the two median longitudinal vessels run above and below the alimentary canal. Here, dorsal as well as the ventral. That's what they say here. Two median longitudinal vessels of the blood vessels that they run above and below. The middle of the parts, the lined one here. The lined one, the middle of the parts, the middle parts which you are seeing is the one alimentary canal. Alimentary canal means the digestive canal. On top of that alimentary canal and below that alimentary canal, two median longitudinal blood vessels are running it. There are paired valves are present in dorsal vessels. Dorsal vessels, paired valves are present. So that valves are used to prevent backflow of the blood. Valves here, this is what the arrow marks they given, that is because connections of the blood vessels, and the arrow next to that one you can find the valves in that one. That valves prevent the backflow of the blood. The ventral vessels has no valves. Only the dorsal vessels, dorsal blood vessels only they have paired walls, whereas ventrals do not have. The ventral vessels has no walls and is non-contractile. And is non-contractile one, allowing the backward flow of blood. The ventral vessels, since they do not have valves, they allow backflow of the blood. In the anterior part of the body, the dorsal vessels is connected with the ventral vessels by 8 pairs of commissural vessels. The dorsal as well as the ventral blood vessels, they connect by 8 pairs of commissural vessels that are we can call as a lateral hearts. They'll ask you important 2 marks, define commissural vessels or define lateral hearts. So that lateral hearts they present in the 6th to 13th segments of the earthworm. These vessels run on either side of the alimentary canal and pump blood from dorsal ventrals to dorsal blood vessels to ventral blood vessels. The dorsal vessels receive blood from various organs in the body, and the ventral vessel supplies the blood to the various organs. Here, as we are seeing it, the dorsal vessels, in the top of that one, top of the alimentary canal or above the alimentary canal, they receive the blood from various organs. They receive as and the ventral vessels, what they do, they supplies the blood to the various organs. Blood glands are present in the anterior segments of the earthworm. Blood glands are present anterior segments of the earthworm. They produce blood cells and hemoglobin, which dissolve in the plasma and gives red in color to the blood. So this is what the information is about the earthworm, a lambetomority of the earthworm. The next topic we'll see is the one nervous system. The next topic we are going to see is the one nervous system. Here I'll tell you the parts which are present in the nervous systems and the organs which are involved in the nervous system. Same diagram can be used to explain the nervous system of the lambetomority. Here, mouth, and after that brain, then after that ventral nerve cord, then after that ventral nerve cord only, and these are the organs are involved in the nervous system of the earthworm. We'll see one by one. The bilobed mass of nervous system and nervous tissues called suprapharyngeal ganglia. Here, supra means top. Which top means in the mouth, top of the mouth. They locate. That's what it's called as a suprapharyngeal ganglia. Since they located top of the pharyngeal, pharynx only we call as a pharyngeal. Here ganglia means brain. Here this is what we call as a ganglia. Here they don't say brain. Instead of that one they can say ganglia. Ganglia only we call as a brain in the earthworm. Okay, the bilobed, bi means two, lobed means somewhat lobe-like structures. The mass of nervous tissues called suprapharyngeal ganglia lies on the dorsal wall of the pharynx in the third segment. It is referred as brain. It is referred as the brain. So the brains only called as a ganglia. They are located anterior parts of the pharyngeal gland. That only referred as brain. The ganglion found below the pharynx in the fourth segment is called a subpharyngeal ganglion. In the fourth segments, below that pharynx, there is one more small pharyngeal glands are there in the fourth segments. That ganglion only we call as a subpharyngeal ganglion. The brain and the subpharyngeal ganglion are connected by a pair of circumpharyngeal connectivities. Here, what they say here, The brain as well as the subpharyngeal ganglion, they connect with both sides, but dorsal as well as the ventral. That's what they say here. Okay, they run on each side of the pharynx. Thus, a nerve ring is formed around the anterior region of the alimentary canal. Here, can you find the nerve rings? Here, this is what the nerve rings. They found anterior region of the alimentary canal. Anterior means front portions. Alimentary canal means that is digestive canals. The nerve rings are formed around the anterior regions of the alimentary canal. So here, the double ventral nerve cord runs. Can you see the double ventral nerve cord on top side as well as the bottom side? Double ventral nerve cord runs backward from subpharyngeal ganglion. From subpharyngeal ganglion, the brain alone with other nerves in the ring integrate sensory inputs and command muscular response of the body. So they integrate and the other nerves as the rings as the sensory inputs and the command the muscles response to the response of the body. Each and every segment we can find the ventral nerve cord. Okay, and the earthworm receptors are stimulated by a group of slender columnar cells connected with the nerves. Connected with the nerves. The earthworms receptors, they stimulate with a group of the slender columnar cells, underline the columnar cells, connected with the nerves. So there are different receptors are present in this one, in this nervous system of the lambeotomarity. I'll tell you one by one. If your textbook, take a textbook, just underline the important term. So these terms very, very important in 1 mark point of view. Photoreceptor. Just take out your textbook, just underline photoreceptors. Photo means light. Receptors means they receive. The photoreceptor means sense of light, we call as a photoreceptors. Photoreceptors are found on the dorsal surface of the body. Then next receptors is the one gustatory receptors. That is a sense of taste. So this gustatory receptors used to sense of taste, to identify the taste. The next one, olfactory receptors. Olfactory receptors. So these receptors are used to identify the smell. That's what they say, a sense of smell. These olfactory receptors are found in the buccal cavity. The next receptors is the one tactile receptors. It is used to identify the touch of the body. That's what they say, a sense of touch, sense of touch. The next one is the one chemoreceptors. Chemoreceptors. So these are the one we are seeing it now, chemoreceptors, which means it is used to identify the chemical changes which occurs in our body. So that's what they say here, chemoreceptors to detect the chemical changes. The next receptors is the one thermoreceptors. Thermo means temperature. Receptors means to receive. So in order to identify the heat of the environment or cold of the environment, it is used as a thermoreceptors. That's what they say here. Changes in temperature. So these are the receptors are present in the thermoreceptors alone, they present in the prostomium and the body wall. They'll ask you one word, just underline. This paragraph is very, very important point of view. One word. In any entrance exam, surely they'll ask you. Just mark it out. Today, we have seen nervous system of the lambeotomarity and circulatory system of the lambeotomarity. You can go through. If you have any doubt, you can contact me. Just go through today itself. Otherwise, tomorrow, if you go through means you will forget this topic. So after you seen this video, just send the message in the group that you have completed or you have seen this video with your name and subject. Okay, bye. Take care.